Silver is up today, so you get a chicken. Say hi, Adrian. She's more talkative today. I guess the sun is going down. But yeah, gold was up even more than silver, but they're both up, so you get a chicken. And anyhow, I just got back from Greenwich, and I went to Greenwich, New Canaan with Jack Yo. We went to 4 estate sales, and we didn't really see any sterling silver. I talked to the people who were in the estate sales. It looks like the days of getting cheap sterling at these estate sales is over. The awareness is too high. But we saw some cool stuff and so forth. And I did a funny video in Greenwich that Jackie's going to help me upload later. It's like kind of like a sort of spoof thing, so don't take that one too much seriously. But yeah, anyhow, I want to show you something I got from their free paper here. It says, very real possibility of financial terrorism, right? Now, financial terrorism, by then, is a Harvard graduate converts to radical Islam and runs a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund for Al-Qaeda. His mission, to manipulate the global economy to bring it to his knees. Well, first of all, the global economy has already been brought to its knees. And second of all, the people doing this weren't Al-Qaeda. They were some well-known firms that required taxpayer bailouts. So yeah, I think they're kind of planting the seed in the minds of like these elite there that what's going to happen isn't going to be the fault of the people who are really to blame. They're going to try and blame others. You know, this is whatever. But yeah, this is kind of like the slight negative news. On the positive news, we spoke to a family that was 4 generations of silver antiquing. I got the card here. Antique English silver, furniture, porcelain, and other stuff, right? 4 generations. So this family, their great-grandparents started like in the late 1800s, and they saw the whole cycle of silver historically in this family business. So in my opinion, they really know their stuff. I mean, we talked to them for a while about everything in silver, and it was amazing. And first of all, the guy I talked to says he thinks that 15:1 is probably the correct ratio for gold to silver. So when you hear that, you know that these guys are not anti-silver. But I asked about silver shortages, and they say we are not seeing any silver shortages in the sterling industry. Like they know all the big players. This guy actually wrote a book on hallmarks, right? On this English silver, you can tell by the hallmarks what year it was made, where it was made, and possibly who the designer was, right? So he wrote a book, so he knows this stuff. 4 generations, they saw everything. I asked him about the Hunt brothers, and now he said it's different. He goes, in the Hunt brothers, it was a tiny segment participating. He goes, right now, there's wider participation. I say that's bullish for silver, but he didn't think at all there was a shortage from what he said from the sterling manufacturers. They are experiencing no shortage whatsoever for silver. That's his opinion. He also said that the sterling makers are experiencing hard economic times. He said what's happening now is a lot of people are they're trying to rediscover the silver in the attic and stuff, or the demand for this actual kind of sterling silver is down. So I asked him about how antique silver is doing, because with coins you have numismatics and you have the bullion coin, where the numismatic is like an antique. Sterling silver the same way. He had some pieces going back from the 1800s, some really cool bone scrapers and stuff. Like you eat like a big meal and you scrape the bone and eat that and stuff. And so he's saying that the price that really hasn't changed because the price of silver went up, but you're buying these sterling things from ye olden days for their antique value. So it's kind of like a parallel to the numismatic coin thing. And this guy was so knowledgeable about the history of silver. His family, 4 generations, have been experts on sterling silver. So he was really connected and knew. They started off in New York City. They moved to Greenwich. So yeah, I'm happy they talked to me. So again, he says he thinks 15:1 is the correct ratio, and he says there is no silver shortage. And that's where I think too. I think the shortage is in the bottlenecks. I think that the mint can't make enough coins because they weren't designed for this huge demand that's coming from the investment sector. From what I'm seeing is the industry sector is like sterling silver is having a decline, while the investment sector is having an incline, which means that you're going to find things like mint coins being a shortage, and you're going to find people who make sterling silver. They're obviously not experiencing a shortage of the actual metal itself. But yeah, this guy. This guy thinks that silver's going to kind of lie low for the next few months, and then it's going to really take off. So he thinks that that's his opinion, and obviously, there could be some black swan event. And when I say do your own research, like I'm referring to stuff like this, right? Do your own research. Talk to people in the industry, right? I mean, we're getting good research, of course, on YouTube and on the internet, but everybody has a bias. I have a bias, right? I mean, if I say something, understand that I have an ingrown bias. Maybe whatever my way of thinking is, everybody has a bias, right? So you have to go to many different sources. And this is the perspective of someone who's 4 generations of Sterling, is that's their perspective from what they're seeing. Or that's what he said. I don't think he was lying at all, because Jackie O and I just walked in off the street and started talking to him. Later in the talk, I said how I had a silver channel, and that made them, I could tell that kind of changed the perception of me. And I think that, I got better information before I told them that, right? But yeah, it was a very cool guy and his mom, and the family business, the store was really cool. And I just want to say is that, like when David Morgan said there's no silver shortage, he got ripped to shreds by some people. Ripped to shreds, right? That was David Morgan's opinion, right? That was his preferential opinion, but he didn't need to get ripped to shreds, because he needed to get all opinions to what you're saying. Maybe there is a silver shortage, but you just got to get all the opinions. And of course, when this guy said he thinks 15-to-1 is the correct ratio and there's no silver shortage, that tells me he likes silver, and long-term he's bullish on silver, but he's just saying, right now he's not seeing a shortage. And again, as my comment said, is that the whole concept of shortage disappears when the price gets high enough, right? At a certain price, there's no shortage. At another price, there is a shortage. So that's what I'm saying. And I want to get no more drama llama, right? I want to stay out of the YouTube politics. I'm going to try and stay farther away from that. I don't want to get sucked into this, whatever. I want to try and be away from YouTube politics. So that's why I took my last 2 videos down, because I felt like I was getting too much in politics. So I'm going to stop being a drama llama. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something.